give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Thank you, Nathen. It's so great to have you back.
To be back.
I know Nathen just completed the Camino in Portugal. And when did you get back?
June 19th.
June 19th.
Physically, I got back June 19th.
Okay. There you are. Well, welcome. I just want to say hello to everybody. Thank you for coming this morning. And welcome to our Zoom community as well. And is it Pamela or Catherine that's there with us today on Zoom, Michael? Catherine? Thank you. Hello, Catherine. We can't see you quite yet, but we're welcoming everybody there on Zoom. And if you're new, please be sure to get a welcome package from our board president, Sandy, who is somewhere. Oh, she's at the greeting table back there saying hello. There we are. Thanks, Shar. So check with Sandy for sure, but thank you all for being here together today. But as we begin this sacred time together, I invite you just to take a deep breath in and let it go. Let's do that again. Let's take another deep breath in and out. Oh, for what the heck? Let's 3 times the charm. In and out. Knowing that that breath nourishes us, that breath changes us, and when we do it together in community, how beautiful is that? So as we begin this sacred time together, I invite you to fill your heart with gratitude as we pause to acknowledge the sacred ground we're privileged to stand upon. We give thanks to the First Peoples for their enduring love, wisdom, and stewardship of this land. The unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples, including Katzie, Kwantlen, and Semiahmoo nations, as we honor many other Indigenous nations who now call this region home, and we recognize the richness that they bring to the community of White Rock, Surrey, and beyond. So may this land acknowledgement be more than words. May it be a reminder of our shared responsibility to walk gently, to listen deeply, and to live in right relationship with one another and with this earth. So at CSL White Rock, we have a vision of a loving, vibrant world that works for all. And as a spiritual community, we're committed to moving forward with understanding, compassion, and harmony. So our teachings are grounded in the science of mind. It is a spiritual philosophy that honors the universal truths found in all faiths and traditions. We believe each one of us are a unique expression of that divine, and we're here to awaken to that truth, to live from the inside out, to be peace, to be love, and to bring our highest selves forward. So welcome to CSL White Rock, whether you're here for the first time or you've been part of this community for years, which a few of you have been, and I'm so grateful. But know that you are home. And so now I'd like to call up a special person who is here, and her name is Linnea. And Linnea is turning 12 today. So let's sing happy birthday to Linnea.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
to
So, Linnea, what else are you going to do for your birthday today?
Probably go to Sushi Mori and get ice cream after.
Nice. Ice cream's always a good idea. Always a good idea. Well, oh,
We also have donuts for everyone after.
what? Donuts? I love donuts. Well, thank you, Linnea. So happy birthday. I'm glad you're spending it with us. So now, yay. And do we have any other birthdays this month? Anybody? No? Oh, Lori, I have a magazine for you. And then, oh, she gets it? Oh, sorry. Jill's. Oh, she already get it. Do you want to gift it to somebody else? Okay. Oh. That was quick. Just boom. Thank you, Lori. Well, happy birthday to you as well. And now I'd like to turn it over to our wonderful practitioner, Georgia Nathen. I'll just put it in there for you. Okay. I'll move out of your way.
Thanks, Tamara. It's so lovely to be here today. Lovely sunshiny day. So if you want to just get comfortable, I'm Georgia Nathen, one of the spiritual practitioners here at CSL White Rock, and delighted to see new faces and familiar faces. It's great. So just get yourself comfortable. Just settle in. Soft eyes or closed eyes, whichever works for you. Taking that breath, that wonderful breath, in, out, deep, slow. Just allow it to breathe you out through the sides of your ribs and then out your back. In all parts of you, just allow that breath to go in and out. And as you allow your spine to gently lengthen and your shoulders to soften, and just remember, you breathe out the past. We do not have the past. Breathe in the now. We just have the now. And in the next breath, you breathe out the future. We do not have the future, we just have the now. In, out, deep, slow. So feel your body supported by the earth. Feel those golden threads that go down through your body, down, down, down into the core of the earth, and just ground you in this space. And just allow that. Allow yourself to arrive here fully. While you might also be allowing that wonderful energy from the universe and beyond to come down, 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 right in through the atmosphere and down into the top of your head. Just allow that beautiful energy to come down into your body. So you're being grounded by the earth and open to the expanse of the universe. And this is your time. With every inhale we receive, and with every exhale we release. And now today we're going to be talking about, and Miss Rev Tamara will be talking about our word and how strong our words can be. And your word could be your wand. Like a magic wand that creates energy and resilience and illumination. And let that phrase echo softly in your heart. My word is my wand. My word is my wand. In spiritual truth, the words that we speak shape the world that you live in. Your words have power. Your words have strength. Your words can provide comfort. They carry energy. They carry intention. Each day you can wake up and give yourself intention with the power of your words. Your words create. Take a moment to become aware of the words that you use with yourself. Are they kind? Are the words that you use for yourself kind? Are they empowering? Are they loving? Breathe in and gently affirm for yourself, my words are creative. My words are creative. My words hold power. Breathe out any doubt. Breathe out any inner noise that's getting in the way of those wonderful words that you provide yourself and others. Take a moment to just let us sit in silence to reflect on our words. And while you're doing that, allow a positive, loving word or phrase to rise from within you, your own words. It could be something like peace, or I am enough. I am love. What are your words that are affirming you today? Let your soul speak. When the word comes, repeat it softly in your heart. Let it ripple outward to every breath. Feel the vibration of your word filling the space around you. Like casting a gentle, loving spell on your life. With intention, with clarity, with love. Remember, your word can bless. Your word can heal. Your word can uplift. You and the co-creator with Spirit. And your word is your wand. Now as you bring yourself back to the awareness, back to the space you're in, just wiggling your hands or your toes, gently feel the breath moving in and out of your body. Carry the power of your word within you today. Speak as if your words are sacred, because they are. Let us all close with a deep breath in and a long, gentle breath out. And so it is. Namaste. And now we'll invite back Nathen.
It's time to stop, redress, forgive myself for thinking that I am small and less than who and what I am. Divine creation with a simple job. Express my thoughts and feelings with the faith of God. was happy and carefree, then limited thinking ensued, taught to believe that I was not enough. That story became my truth. But it's time to stop, redress, forgive myself for thinking that I am small and less than who and what I am. Divine creation with a simple job, express my thoughts and feelings with the faith of God. Now let me look at my language. Be mindful of all that I say. Words shape the way we see things in the world. Each one's a potent prayer. It's time to stop, redress, forgive myself for thinking that I am small and less than who and what I am. Divine creation with a simple job, express my thoughts and feelings with the faith of God. It's time to live completely as unified and whole, and in that full engagement, claim my truest role. Whoa, whoa. It's time to stop, redress, forgive myself for thinking that I am small and less than who and what I am. Divine creation with a simple job, express my thoughts and feelings with the faith of God. Faith of God.
Nathen, you always nail it. Exactly. I feel like I don't need to do my talk today because Georgia's meditation and Nathan's song sums it all up. But it's always good. So good morning. If I forgot to introduce myself earlier, which I think I did, I'm Reverend Tamara Rossander. I'm the spiritual director here at the Centers for Spiritual Living White Rock. And I just love to take a breath and look at each one of you. Oh my gosh, isn't it meditating together, breathing together, doing our spiritual practice in community is such an important part of our growth through spirituality, this path that we're each walking on. So it's so good to be here with you today, and whether you're here in person and for our online people, I want to thank you for bringing your heart and your presence to us today. So this month we're doing something a little different. We haven't done this for quite some time, but we're talking about the 4 agreements. Has most of you read this lovely little book? Yes, right? It's amazing, and I would encourage you. Yes, Georgia and I have taught it as a class twice, but it's been a while since we've visited it. So I thought it would be great to bring it back this month. So we'll be diving in each month or each week to one agreement. So today we're beginning with the first agreement, which is be impeccable with your word. So a little bit about Don Miguel Ruiz. He grew up in Mexico, in rural Mexico, and trained as an ancient Toltec wisdom tradition. Then he became a medical doctor by profession. He was a surgeon. And then he experienced a life-threatening event. And it changed his life forever. And what it did is it made him realize that his calling, his actual place to be, was in the spiritual teaching, to step back to his roots, to his ancestors, the path of his ancestors. And his teachings are blended on ancient insight with practical modern tools, helping us shift from suffering to empowerment. So as we begin today with that, be impeccable with your word. So at first we think about that. Well, that's, we all think we're doing. I act in integrity. It's easy. I'm, just watch what you say, right? That's, but this agreement holds the power to radically change our lives. So what Don Miguel says, I'm just going to read a little bit here maybe, if I find my page. Be impeccable with your word. The first agreement is the most important one, and also the most difficult one to honor. It is so important that with just this first agreement, you will be able to transcend to the level of existence I call heaven on earth. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. It sounds very simple, but it is very, very powerful. Why your word? Your word is the power that you have to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from the divine. That sounds a lot like science of mind, doesn't it? So let me ask you, from soul to soul, what kind of world are you building with your words? Just thinking about how do we speak out into the world. So as Georgia used in her meditation, the thought that your word is your wand, that is actually spoken by Florence Scovel Shinn. She's a New Thought teacher and spiritual trailblazer. Think about that. A wand is a tool of power. So when we use that wand, we can use it in all different ways. So we can set our intention, our direction. And in Science of Mind, we say thought is creative. Ernest Holmes teaches we should speak only such words as we wish to take form in our lives. And that's in the Science of Mind, page 291. We should only speak such words as we wish to see take form in our lives. So words are more than communication. They're containers of energy and direction. They're builders or breakers. And every time we speak, whether it's out loud or just even in our minds, we're casting a vote for the kind of world we want to live in. So now, let's be honest. We've all said things we regret. Things like, ugh, I'm so stupid. Why did I do that? Oh my gosh, this is never going to work. Or those people, they're always like that. Now, these phrases that we say sometimes may seem harmless, but guess what? They stick. They grow roots. They dig into our soul. So when we're speaking seeds into the soil of our lives, they grow. So words are creative. Words are seeds. Words are mirrors of what we believe. Let us remember that and let us return to that. Those words that we say have power. So I heard this story about these two men, and they were stranded on a desert island. So one man is completely panicked. He's pacing, he's sweating, he's saying, this is terrible, no one's gonna find us. We're gonna die out here. The other man, calm as can be, sitting in the shade, totally unbothered, says, it'll be fine, don't worry, have faith, have trust. And he goes, how can you say that? We're in the middle of nowhere. Nobody is going to find us. How can you stay so calm? You're being so delusional. And the man goes, just have faith, have trust. He goes, but this is so serious. We may never be found. What are we going to eat? What are we going to do? We could die here. And the calm man says, you don't understand. I'm a very wealthy man, and every month I tithe to my church. And the panicked man blinks and says, so? He goes, well, trust me, my minister will find me. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, good. I told that joke to my husband this morning, and he looked at me, does he have a boat? Does he have a plane? I'm like, oh my gosh. Whew, that's a, God. So that's the kind of spiritual conviction that comes from understanding the power of word. When we speak, we're activating that law. So as it says in John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So every time I say I am, followed by anything, we're invoking that divine creative power. Our word is not just symbolic, it's a force. And Don Miguel Ruiz writes, the word is a force. It is the power you have to express and communicate, to think, and thereby to create the events in your life. But like a sword with two edges, your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything. If you think about history, that is maybe hopefully not repeating itself right now, but the history where we've seen how the power of speech can unify or divide people. We've seen it in history, and we're seeing it right now. So the invitation isn't into silence, it's into sacred speech. It's watching what we say, how we are with each other, with the world, with our neighbors. So, this first agreement I find is so aligned with the teaching of science of mind, because we're Ernest Holmes, we hear it all the time, change your thinking, change your life. And I would add, change your speaking, change your word. And that will change your world. And sometimes when we put these spiritual laws into practice, it finds you, even on that deserted island. So impeccably, what does that really mean? So in the Latin, peccatus, I'm probably saying that totally wrong, which means sin. But to be impeccable equals without sin, but not a religious, guilt-driven way. And this sin in this context means to go against yourself. And in Science of Mind, we don't really talk about sin here. We don't believe in that. But when they do talk about it, it's more about missing the mark, that we've shot an arrow that has maybe gone astray. But right, with practice and change, we can bring that back. We can get back onto that straight and narrow path. So to sin is to be impeccable, means not to go against yourself. So it means to speak truth with love and with the alignment of your highest self. One place I find that's a real challenge to do that happens, I've caught myself doing it, I've heard my friends do it, but that's gossip, right? Gossip and careless words are like a computer virus. And when you hear those things, you're not good enough or you'll never make it, and suddenly the whole system is compromised. Gossip just doesn't hurt others, it also poisons the speaker as well. It lingers and it creates a ripple, that lower vibration that spreads farther than we realize. Even when it seems harmless or funny, it's often rooted in fear, insecurity, and definitely in separation, which we don't believe here. In Science of Mind, we believe in unity and oneness. So to be impeccable with our word means we don't weaponize language, even subtly. We don't use our voice to bring someone else down, and that includes, who it includes? Ourselves, yes, ourselves, right? It's how often do we say those negative things about ourselves? those internalized words. You know, I'll never forget when someone told me when I was younger that I was just way too sensitive. And so I carried that as if it were a flaw. And guess what? I became a person who apologized for my feelings all the time. Until one day I realized that actually my sensitivity is a superpower, because it allows me to love deeply, to listen fully, and to connect with people from the heart. So it is not something to be shied away of and put away. It is something to be celebrated. And that's what happens with unchecked words. They shape our identity. We've all heard the stories. A parent says something in anger, you'll never amount to anything. And the child lives into that curse, sometimes for decades. You know, I know it's interesting. My daughter was very talented artist, I thought, when she was younger, and she still is but somebody did. They say, oh, her drawing wasn't perfect, or it wasn't something. And you know what? She stopped drawing. And she drew once on her wall and it was lovely, and I know she still has that creative spark in her. But it was sad to see those dreams squashed. And in the book, Don Miguel talks about a mother who came home and was really angry one time, and the daughter was just so happy to see her mother that she was jumping around and singing, but the mom had this really horrible headache and just said, you know, shut up, you have an ugly voice. And I know, right? But these things happen sometimes when we're unconscious, when we're not impeccable with our word. And unfortunately, that child stopped singing. And that is something, so these words that sometimes come out of, I'm going to say my mouth. I don't know if any of you have ever said anything that you regret, but I know I have. And I'm sure if you ask my children, they would say, oh yeah. Right? But it's moving through that and coming back around and realizing, okay, that wasn't the truth of you. I'm sorry I said that. And move forward and be conscious about what I'm going to say. Because I know, especially the one time that I know I can say those things in anger, or I can say those things when I'm not happy, or I'm frustrated, or in pain, like I talked about before. But there is a tool we can use to be able to help us speak a little more consciously. And I call this the pause and pivot. Before speaking, especially when triggered, reminder to Tamara, it is ask myself, is it kind? And is it true? And is this necessary? Right? And is this aligned with who I want to be? So if we take those questions before we say something that might impact another person in a way that we have no idea, that we can change. As Georgia said in her meditation, we can use our words to uplift people, right? How often I try every day I work on every day saying to somebody that I don't know something kind, whether, wow, I love your blouse, or, you know, what a beautiful smile you have, anything. And the reaction I usually get is just quite amazing. You know, when people feel uplifted and notice, and even if it's something small, like I did the other day with this lady, she had this blouse, she was like, oh, really? I was so worried about wearing it. I'm so glad you said that. Thank you. You know, so you never know how our words are going to affect everyone. So how about we try a mantra this week? A mantra of, I speak with love, I speak with clarity, I speak with intention, I speak with sacred intention. So let's repeat after me. I speak with love, I speak with clarity, I speak with sacred intention. Now, if that one's a lot, don't worry, you can choose your own. Georgia had you choose your own word, so maybe use that word as your mantra this week. And then I'm going to ask you to take one day, one full day, where you speak only from your heart with love. No complaints, no gossip, no self-criticism, just loving, conscious speech. So think of a day that you can do that. Not a day that maybe the hardest day might be the day that you're staying in by yourself, right? That might be the hardest day. But this is how we heal. This is how we begin again, what Nathen saying about. We can start over again. You know, I know in my relationships, there's times that I get a bit impatient and tired. I have my darling mother living with me, who I haven't lived with since I've been 17 years old. She is a dear, and she's a dear, but there's times that it can be a little bit challenging, you know, and her life and my life are just vastly different. And so it's learning to be patient, and it's learning to move away from words that maybe have a bit of sarcasm in them, like really, mother, that I get question again. It's being patient. So I've been taking that into prayer a lot. Prayer really works, people. Prayer helps. So, and I asked, what is mine to do? And that just really came up, is just always speak from love. Just, right, I don't know the pain. I'm not walking in her shoes. She's going through so much. I've just uprooted her from her home that she's lived in 25 years, dropped her into my house. Now we're moving her into another place, and the poor woman is just like shell-shocked. So where is my compassion? Where is my love? Rather than being frustrated because it takes her a little bit longer to do something. Really? I don't need to go from there. So it's been a super great practice for me, that coming from love. So I'm working from speaking from the heart. And it's not denying the truth. Because sometimes, you know what? You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be angry. But it's speaking the words that you can from truth and from gentleness and love. It's not denying what is going on. There's a great book out there. What was the Nonviolent Communication? I forget who the author is, but that gives us language to speak from that place of truth that doesn't and does no harm. It's the conversation, one conversation at a time. And it doesn't happen all at once, but it's always enough when we change our words to open the door for healing. I have a friend who's not really in our teaching, but I look at her as my spiritual guru in some ways, because I'll tell her, I had this fight with my husband or my daughter or whoever it was, because that happens. And so I'll tell her what I said, and she goes, well, Tamara, is there another way you could have said that? And I'm like, oh, yes. Right? So it's thinking about these other ways, because there's always another way that we can get our point across that isn't going to be harmful to anybody else. It's speaking with love, speaking with clarity. So again, anchoring in together with affirmation for yourself, declarations of truth. As we speak words aloud to ourselves through this week, you know, you can say, I speak with love, I speak with clarity. I speak what I wish to see. My word is sacred. My voice is powerful. I am impeccable with my word. So who's willing to be impeccable with their word this week? Yay, right? Let's work on that. And there is no try. Don't worry about that. There is do or do not. And if you do not worry. Do not beat yourself up, because then you're not being impeccable with your word again. So let go of those judgments. Let go of those things that you have thought about yourselves, those little tidbits that sink in there sometimes, and know that you are enough right here, right now. You are perfect, whole, and complete, and nothing outside of you needs to change for you to be happy. It is all right here. So with that, let's drop into prayer. Let us know right here, right now, that we recognize the presence of the infinite love. And it moves through all things. It moves through me. It moves through you. It speaks through every word that is released from our heart. Today, I choose to speak with intention. I choose to speak with healing. I choose to speak wholeness. I declare that any story that no longer serves me is uprooted, and it is now released. And in its place, I place love. I place joy. I choose to be free. I choose new language and new beliefs and a new life. I lay down all those old words, the ones that never belonged to me, the ones that hurt, the ones that kept me small. And today I speak a word of truth, knowing that I am one with that one mind, that divine essence that is ever flowing in, through, and as me. So as I know this today for myself, I know it for each of you. And I am filled with gratitude and joy. So I let these words go into that law of mind that always responds back to me, responds back and says, yes. I let it be, I let it go, and ask you to join me in saying, and so it is. Thank you. I'll turn it over to Nathen.
Right. This is a beautiful song called How Beautiful. And the words in the chorus are, how beautiful you are. So, words that we can all include in our lexicon of impeccable words. So, once you get comfortable with the melody, please join in. I've seen you struggle and I've seen you stumble and get back up again. I've seen you worry and I've seen the courage that shines in you, my friend. You inspire me, and I can't help but see how beautiful, how beautiful, how beautiful you are. How beautiful, how beautiful, how beautiful you are. When I'm losing hope at the end of my rope, I find strength in your eyes. 'Cause you've walked alone on the darkest of roads, and your spirit still shines. You inspire me to live courageously. How beautiful, how beautiful, how beautiful you are. How beautiful, how beautiful, how beautiful tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Can you hear me now? Thank you, Nathen. Thank you for singing happy birthday to my sweet baby, who's 12. Yeah, thank you. Is there anything that you have coming up that you want everyone to know about, especially when you're going to be with that Fleetwood Mac band you have? And more?
I can't remember when the next Fleetwood Mac performance is. What's most immediate is, I don't know if it's too far for folks here, but I'll be playing at the Dudney Pub on July 19th, and one of the band that does the Fleetwood Mac does 4 other shows. One of them is an Elvis guy.
Oh.
And he is now starting to do a Johnny Cash tribute.
Oh, that's so cool. Raise your hand if you love Johnny Cash. Great.
So July 19th, Dudney Pub, we're doing a set of Johnny Cash, a set of Elvis.
Oh, you have such good taste in music.
I just play the low notes and sing the high notes. It's in
Dudney?
I think it's Maple Ridge, yeah. If you Google it, you should find it pretty easily.
Google knows everything.
No, it's been around a while.
Your Fleetwood Mac tribute band is playing at that Canada Festival.
Could very well be. Sorry, off the top of my head, we just played. I'm kind of dizzy from Fleetwood Mac because last weekend we were in Williams Lake, Vernon, Kitimat, and Friday night back in Kelowna.
Oh, I'm such a
I'm a
fangirl.
little dizzy.
Thank you.
But anyway, the best way to find out where I am is to always go to my website, my calendar on my website. I always keep up to date, nathenaswell.com.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome. Hi, everyone. My name is Christine, and I realize that I've come up here a few times, and I probably never said my name. And I'm also the board secretary because I'm really good at typing and taking notes fast. So there's a couple of things coming up that I have to announce for you, and one of those things is our evening sacred circle. Now, whoever feels like they would like to have some mindfulness practice in the middle of the week? Well, what I love about the Sacred Circle conversations on Zoom is that we get to talk about or be presencing spiritual practices in the week, and I love that. And then, let's see, the next announcement I have, hold on. Thank you. The next announcement I have is that next Sunday, the subject of the Sunday conversations is Let's Talk About the Talk. And what I love about that topic is that I love when where we're listening and we're good listeners, and then I want to process it and learn more about it and think it through and really get it into my brain and my heart and my soul. I love that we have an opportunity to do that together. So that is next Sunday's topic after CSL. Oh, it's about not taking anything personally. That's such a great idea. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then I have a big, big, big thank you for all of the people who have signed up to be a part of our volunteer teams. You should have gotten an email from me this week, and if you didn't, please check your email inbox again or I'll send it. And there's still a few spots to sign up, and I want to let you know that the setup crew is actually the funnest club in the whole wide world. And so coming early and getting chances to connect is also a bonus prize. And the sign-up sheets are over there by Linnea. And then the fifth thing I want to give you an update about is White Rock Pride. The car parade is on July 18th, and the first car is full. And if you have another car that you'd like to be in, like ours, I'm all signed up now, tell Reverend Tamara. And if you happen to have the microphone, you can tell her in front of everyone. And then I also have been working with a t-shirt designer to have t-shirts for CSL and White and Pride that I'll show to Reverend Tamara, and she'll pick the one that she likes. And then we'll be able to have those and be matchy-matchy. And thank you. And then there's 2 more spots for the afternoon session for the volunteer booth for the Family Day, which is on the 19th. I am doing such a good job at remembering all of these dates because normally I have my calendar online on Google, and Google tells me what I'm doing and when. So thank you. And my last thing is from the picnic committee. And we're having a family picnic for bring your friends and family on August 24th. And we are going to have fun games and food. We'll be serving hot dogs with ketchup and mustard and relish, in case the relish is the most important ingredient. It's coming. And onions? Great. Onions are also important? Great. So we'll also bring onions and make sure that's on the list. But there's 2 things that we need help with. One is, do any of y'all have a pop-up shelter? You know, those little, like, they have like 4 wall. Well, I'll just describe it. Right? Like it's a little tent without any walls. Yes, an awning or something like that that someone can bring. And if you can either tell me and make sure that I write it down, or you can write it down on the little sign-up sheet. And then the next thing that the picnic committee thought would be fun is if we did a community art project. And the community art project that we would love to do is to have like a background mural to hang up here that's beautiful. And we have several ideas of how that could look. And so if you need ideas to jumpstart you, we would love that. Or we're happy to share that. What we would actually love to know is who here loves making art, and who here loves painting, and who here loves... Could you raise your hands higher and own it? Excellent. So if you're interested in being part of that, please go write your name next to the art thing, because there are lots of ways that we could include your art. So that is all for me. And now, Reverend Tamara, it's your turn. Oh, wait.
Sorry, if I may.
You can.
30 seconds. 2 things. One is I was just looking at my calendar to see where I would indeed be closest to here. August 14th, which is a Thursday, I'll be playing as part of is it Concerts by the Sea? Is that what it's called? With Holly Arnson. So I don't know how many of you know Holly, but anyway, she's a wonderful person. She writes a lot of fantastic songs about the environment and ecology, and we recently co-wrote a song together, which I'm sure she'll feature in that performance. So Thursday, August 14th. And secondly, I just wanted to acknowledge that when I was last here and I asked people if they had any intentions that they wanted me to carry for them on my Camino, which I did. And so you were with me in 2 ways. That's one way. Every day I thought about you as I was walking. And the second is, and this is kind of funny, this plate. It was one of the plates that was part of the potluck setup. And before I went on my Camino in September, I took it home with some goodies on it. Completely forgot that I brought it home. And I looked at it a few days later and I went, gee, that would really come in handy on my Camino. So this has now traveled with me about 800 kilometers.
Oh.
So you've been with me in 2 ways.
Thank you. I'm totally a fangirl. Yeah. All right. Now you can come up, Reverend Tamara. I'll give up the mic for you.
You do. Yes, thanks. She does such a great job. Thank you, Christine. So she makes announcements sound fun, which is a challenge, I think. So now this is the time that we take a moment and we pause to recognize the power of circulation and the sacred practice of giving. We've already experienced that day from Lori giving away her birthday gift to someone else already today. So, but it's also this time where we don't give from obligation, but from a consciousness of abundance and gratitude. Giving is an affirmation that we live in a universe that is always supporting us, always providing, and always overflowing with good. So whether your gift is time, treasure, or talent, know that it not only uplifts this community, but our own spiritual life, as your giving allows us to say yes. Yes to love, yes to growth, yes to possibility. So if it feels right for you, I invite you to take whatever gift you have to give today, or you've already given, and just think about it and place it on your heart and hold it to your heart. And I invite you to know a specific good for yourself today. And also know a specific good for this community today. And also know a specific good or a desire that you have for the world today. See it clearly. Lean in and feel it. So see it filled with joyful love and knowing that this good is already on its way. So let us affirm together, repeat after me, with a grateful heart. I joyfully and mindfully give, knowing that abundance flows through us and our community thrives. As I share, I know I am blessed. And so it is. Now, we'll ask our ushers to pass the baskets, and I think Nathan's going to sing for us again. Oh, yay.
I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life, I am blessed, 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 blessed. In the morning when I wake up, I lay my head to rest. I am blessed. I am blessed. You are blessed. You are blessed. Every day of your life, you are blessed, 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 blessed. In the morning when you wake up, till you lay your head to rest, you are blessed. You are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed. Every day of our life, we are blessed, 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 blessed. In the morning when we wake up, till we lay our head to rest, we are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you. I'd like to call up all our practitioners when they are available. As I want to remind everybody that these beautiful women here are available for prayer anytime. You can either, and our online practitioner, Catherine, is available as well. If you're online, you can just message her and she will put you into a breakout room and have prayer. And here at the center, you can grab one of, or not grab, no grabbing.
We understand the
You understand. Okay. Phew. So let's take them. And hopefully everybody got their joy note as well. I'm just going to read out one for the online. The soul is like a silent music inside, a quiet, beautiful song that you were given to sing here on earth. God wants you to sing your song, and that's the soul, that's the song. Elizabeth Lesser. Beautiful. So I want to take a moment and bless all these gifts that have come in here today, knowing that they are fully received and loved and so joyfully, thankfully, I don't know what I'm saying today, but I just want you to know that it's so appreciated today, this community that means so much to so many of us, and that we are stepping out into the greater world. thanks to your gifts and your donations and the time and your volunteering. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And these are blessed. And so it is. Thank you. What is next? Oh, it's our final affirmation. Something wonderful is happening in me right now. So let's have everybody stand up if you're willing and able. I think we even have it on the screen maybe today. Ah, yes. And the blank is we're going to be this thing called impeccable with our word. That's going to be a mouthful, isn't it? All right, let's try this out. Let's repeat after me maybe. Something wonderful is happening in me right now. It's this thing called life. It's this thing called love. It's this thing called being impeccable with our word. I know it. I feel it. I express it. I am it. And so it is. Thanks, everyone, for being here today as we have Nathen finish our song, our final song.
Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a brand new start. Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a change in my heart. Everything I need, I now receive, and that's done unto me as I believe. Right here, right now, where I am. Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a brand new start. Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a change in my heart. Everything I need, I now receive, and it's done unto me as I believe. Right here, right now, where I am. Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a brand new start. Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a change in my heart. Everything I need, I now receive, and it's done unto me as I believe. Right here, right now, where I am. Right here, right here, right now, where I am. Right here, right here, right now, where I am.
Woo! Thank you, Nathen. I'm so glad you carried us with you on the Camino. So have a fabulous day, everyone. I think there's donuts. And I think they're from Krispy Kreme, my favorite donuts ever. Oh, that's what heaven tastes like. Exactly, exactly. Thanks, everyone. Grab a coffee, a donut, and connect. Good to see everyone. Thanks, everybody.